and I was introduced to LifeWave and the stem cell activation patch with my best friend Jeff Pattison in Phoenix, Arizona, in their clinic. And he and his father have helped me. His dad is a chiropractic guru, and they have a regenerative medicine clinic in Phoenix. And Jeff continued to put the patch on the back of my neck and not tell me what the heck it was for 2 months as I came very, very skeptic. October up until I started in December of 22. So I've been on about 6 months.
Great. What did he tell you? Anything as he was placing that patch on the back of your neck?
He didn't tell me anything. Other than the fact, stem cells. And I said, if you would have shown me the 2-minute video a little sooner, I would have started sooner. So I've given him a hard time about that. But yeah, as soon as dug in a little further, he gave me a little more explanation. I trust him, and I got on board. And any one of the 3 things I'll share with you in my testimony, I would have been very grateful. To have all 3 is a little overwhelming, to be honest. Yeah. So I've had a lot happen in 6 months I never expected.
Okay, so we're going to have you tell us what those are. But first, I wanted to say your exuberance for life and where you're coming from and what you want to share with other people. You're a financial advisor. So I was very impressed that you wanted to help them with their wealth. And now you feel like you can have a mission helping them with their health after their wealth so that they can keep that and enjoy that. So I appreciated that conversation. So you were introduced by Jeff, and then tell us what happened.
Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne. You commented on that. Yeah, I've been a wealth advisor my whole life. I started in 1989 at age 21. I've done nothing but work for myself. So I know what it's like to have that freedom. But I was almost left the industry. I was so depressed because I used to work primarily with retirees, and all my clients who were my best friends were getting sick and ill and dying prematurely, to the point where I then started to focus on young professionals, working with surgeons and physicians and business owners. But yeah, it was really depressing. I knew one day I would help people in health, not just their wealth, because basically, what is your wealth worth without your health? It's one of our biggest assets. And that time and our family, our loved ones are top of the list. And so my situation, I started with the X39 for about a week because I wanted to test it, see how it would affect my sleep. I've had sleep issues for well over 25 years, being a business owner and being a father to twins, and just the pressures of, at one time I had about 16 employees. And so I got to the point where I would sleep, could get to bed, but I couldn't stay to bed. And so I'd sleep about 4 hours, maybe 5. And then when I would ultimately fall asleep, I'd wake up extremely tired, groggy, and I'm not a coffee drinker, never have been. But I started to lean towards tea. Back in the early day, I'd lean towards Mountain Dew or a cola. I stopped doing that probably 20 years ago. But so yeah, I was wanting to test the X39. I then would remember dreams. I hadn't remembered dreams in a long, long time, but I still wasn't sleeping to the depth that I wanted. So I did then try the silent night, which Jeff had introduced me to, in the evening. And I started sleeping. I wasn't groggy the next day. It was like a miracle. I tried everything from Benadryl to NyQuil to CBD oil. In the last 2 years, I even tried marijuana, and I'm not a smoker. So I was desperate, and it solved that issue. I was ecstatic. Then fast forward about 90 days on the patch, doing the X39 and doing the silent night at night. I have one of those old man, I was going to grab it, old man pill containers. I take a lot of vitamins. And I'm one of those people that I don't take medication. I don't even take an aspirin. And I had a situation where my wife at the time was extremely sick for 3 years. We saw probably 23 physicians. They didn't know what was wrong with her. Everything from vertigo to MS. She was told she had MS twice. And it came down to the point where she collapsed 6 times. I had to take her to the emergency room 6 different times. I almost admitted her to in Wickenburg, Arizona, where for eating disorders. She went all the way down to about 101 pounds and had no eating disorder, but was just wasting away. It took a lot of toll on me. I was doing bookkeeping at 3 a.m. I was taking care of 2 young kids, twins, and then running a business and 2 businesses actually at the time. So I had her mom come live with us, help us. And long story short, it took a toll on my body. I was shutting down about 3 years after all that happened, and it came down to she had stress. No MS, none of the other things. My body was shutting down. I had an anxiety attack where I lost my short-term memory for about 45 days. It scared me to death. The ambulance came, the whole 9 yards. They tested me for a TI or a stroke. I did not have a stroke, but the hospital put me on an anxiety medication that I would learn later that it was highly addictive. Thank goodness I took half of what they prescribed. It was called clonazepam, which is generic for Klonopin. I had been on that for over 18 years. So 3 months on the patches, I was taking my vitamins, my omega-3 oil, my glucosamine, all that. And I inadvertently missed it on April 17th. The next day I went to take them and I saw that was the only one in there. And I'm like, I've heard all these testimonials of people getting off prescription medication. I wonder what I'll feel like if I don't take it a second day. Normally, after not taking it for 2 days, I would really feel the effects. Day 3, I'd have to get more. And I had tried to wean off of it for 18 years. So day 3, I didn't take it. Day 4, I didn't take it. I've been off of it cold turkey for over almost 2.5 months now. You don't do that with that type of medication. In fact, it's very dangerous to do it cold turkey. I learned afterwards. It's also dangerous to mix that with alcohol. I was never told that. I will add, I've never had a physician help me try to get off of it. I tried to get off of it on my own for 18 years. I am off of it forever now. I'm off of all prescription medication. It's liberating to say the least. So sleep was restored after 18 years. After 25 years off of all prescription medication after 18 years. And then this is the last one that happened to me. I wintered between Arizona and Florida. I'm a Florida resident. So for 9 months, I flip-flop between those offices. And then I'm here in Montana in the summer for 3 months. And I was going back to celebrate my mom's birthday in Arizona from Florida. I had done testosterone replacement therapy for 13 years. For 3 years, I did weekly injections. The last decade, I've done pellets where they insert them into your glutes. It's a very painful surgery. You can't do any physical activity for at least a week. And I was finding a doctor in Florida to do this for me so that I could go into a hot tub and a pool and celebrate my mom's birthday in Newport Beach when we drove over from Arizona. I had experimented with the Dream spray. I had done that 3 nights before my blood test. So I don't know if I give all credit to 3949 or the Dream spray, but I told Jeff, I said, I think this is affecting my hormones. I went in for my blood tests, and the doctor, brand new doctor, he looked at me and he said, and I had done tests for a decade, 4 times a year. I had not done this procedure for 5 months in Arizona. Normally I'd be a testosterone count of 400 to 500 maximum at age 55. And their goal is to get me at 800. I was at 841.
Wow.
He said, I can't even put testosterone in you, Rich. I can't even do it. He said, tell me about those patches again. So not only that, but my blood work was perfect for the first time in a decade. My blood was
That's
perfect.
significant.
Yeah, perfect. I took a picture of the blood test. I texted him to my doctor in Arizona of which Jeff and I were trying to get him to one of the events with his clinic because we would talk to him about the stem cell activation patches in LifeWave. And he was really tuned in. He actually responded to my text. He ignored Jeff and I for the last several months. He was responding immediately. What are you doing? So, yeah. So that's my story. All three of those things have happened, and I just started in December. Yeah. Yeah, extremely, extremely happy. Very, very grateful. Very thankful. Yeah.
Rich, you definitely should be. And you get such a bullet point testimony that anyone listening to this call, and I hope that you will all share it, this is tremendous. We could take time to review, but I know that you've heard it. But the idea that this has helped and assisted you with those levels, and they are significantly secured by the blood test. You can't lie with the blood test. They come back. And we're very pleased. Thank you so much. And I know that you've done other things. Jeff has, you might see him if you're on social media, he is on Facebook posting about the effects and how it has helped him. Thank you so much. We appreciate the effort that you are putting in to making sure that not only you, but those around you can be well.
Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to share what's happened to me, and hopefully it's an encouragement, gives other people hope. And that's why I'm sharing this as a mission on the health side, and I will continue to do the wealth side of things. But it's this is one of the most gratifying things I've ever done in my life.